What's up, party people? Today we have another Overwatch 2 retail patch notes, May 20th. It's the mid-season! And we've got tons of changes to go over today. First of which, Stadium continues. Midseason is bursting with style, celebration, and surprises as Season 16 continues. Choose your own fighter to KO the competition in Overwatch 2 x Street Fighter 6 collab. Join TheKingofYes by unlocking the mythic Merciful Magitech Mercy weapon skin. Then step back into another Overwatch classic era. Reignite the fight with drives. And dress up like Palace Royals. Plus, FREJA enters Stadium and brings incredible powers that will blow the opponents away. I'm excited. I'm actually so excited to see FREJA in Stadium. I'm also really excited to see FREJA in Stadium, and I'm excited to see what the mythic Mercy weapon looks like. Round 1, fight! Overwatch 2 x Street Fighter 6 collide for an explosive crossover event celebrating the heart-pounding action of both worlds with 8 hard-hitting skins, emotes, and cosmetic combos inspired by iconic moves and matchups. The collab brings Street Fighter 6 to the front lines of Overwatch 2. So get ready to hit those lightning fast kicks, charge with psycho power, or unleash a Hadouken-like arrow, because every move hits harder with this collab's fighting flair. It's time to choose your own fighter and KO the competition in the fight for the future at Capcom. Or see, copyright Capcom. Mythic Mercy weapon, Magitech. Even in her absence from the Heroes of Heart, the spirit of Mercy endures. The Merciful Magitech Mythic... Okay, they've got like a tongue twister. The Merciful Magitech Mythic weapon channels the souls of Ilios, the hamster of benevolence. Okay. Reimagines Mercy's Caudacious Staff and Blaster through the radiant lens of Magitech might. Rescued after a daring escape, Ilios now brings kindness, healing, and hope to all those heroes still standing against woe. For defending your team, this charming companion within your mythic weapon ensures that Mercy's Hero of Heart legacy lives on in every beam, every boost, and every act of compassion. It's like so against her mythic. No, it's don't know what to do. They gave Mercy's mythic skin, Vengeance, and then her mythic weapon, Heartful Hope. You don't know what to do. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's fun anyway. I don't know what skin it would look best with. I'll have to take a look at it in game. Overwatch Classic October 2020. The nostalgia of Overwatch Classic is back in action. Experience the October 2020 patch in all its 66 glory with returning balance changes, role queue, and heroes like Sigma, Echo, Baptiste, and more. When you're a veteran returning home or a new hero curious about the past, this classic fight you won't want to miss. General updates. Player report tool. Players can now receive instant notification if a player has already actioned. Prior to this feature, reporting a player that had already been banned or suspended would not result in any additional information. The instant reporting feedback feature will immediately inform the player of the fact that they've been banned or suspended, have been actioned when they are reported. That's a good change. I like that. They tell you what it is. A lot of games don't do that. They don't tell you if someone's been reported or if your report was taken action on. Fortnite doesn't do that at all. They won't do that. It's they have the capability too, but they don't do it. They only do it for the people who they only show it on account. It feels like it this way at least. They only show it on the accounts where people will see that it happened, like on big accounts. They don't do it for the average player, and if they do, it's very rarely. I'm with that. Right there. So that's a big change. Hero updates. Tank. Okay, so now we're into the hero updates. Ooh. I hope the Orisa nerfed. Again, I'm gonna put my hopes out there. I hope to see Orisa gone, obliterated, taken to the back. I just don't like Orisa. That's why. I hope to see. Who else do I really hope to see? Who's annoying? Moira, I guess. Sojourn. I'd like Sojourn nerf. Things like that. Lucio buff. Okay, let's take a look. Hazard is first on the list though. Hazard's slower climbing fits his lumbering tank fantasy, but it was a point of friction when trying to chase down or escape from enemies, so we're speeding up how quickly he can vault over a ledge. Additionally, we're boosting Anarchic Zeal's lifesteal as the current value wasn't effective enough. Okay. From points to point 4, so 0.2 seconds. And the major perk, Spike Guard's lifesteal increased with 25% to 40%. Holy cow, that's crazy. I forgot that they had them that they can change now too. Interesting. Where generally does well across the game, but falls off in effectiveness at high ranks. We're increasing the speed and responsiveness of Fire Strike to make it more reliable from range. Yes. Projectiles increase from 25 to 30 meters per second. And projectile time reduced from 0.63 to 0.45. We like to see it. Does this affect him in Stadium as well? Does this change his Stadium stats, or is this just base game? I assume it affects his Stadium stats. So like this would be Reinhardt in Stadium, I think. I mean, that makes sense to me. Damage, FREJA. FREJA's continue to climb in win rate now that players have become accustomed to her kit. We're partially reverting the quick dash cooldown to reduce her airtime. Oh man. And the frequency of her explosive bolts. I like FREJA, and I think that this is not going to be that big of a change, but it's noticeable because it's half a second. You're going to notice it. So, it happened, but I like it. Shuriken, primary and secondary fire ammo reduced for Nerf Genji. Ammo reduced from 30 to 24, and the projectile speed increased from 60 to 75. Compensation, but it's okay. I don't know exactly if he needed that. I mean, maybe. I don't play enough Genji to really know. So if you're a Genji main and that upsets you, let me know down below. Hanzo's been underperforming recently, so we're reverting his bow draw speed back to its original faster value. The Sonic Disruption perk isn't picked very often, but increasing its duration will make it more useful and require less upkeep to control a health pack. Stormbow, primary fire, draw time reduced from 0.8 to 0.72 seconds. Health pack hack time increased from 12 to 30. Oh my gosh. Health pack hack time increased from 12 seconds to 30 seconds. That's change. I don't know exactly how this is good. I mean, I'm gonna make the perk a lot better, but like, how often are you gonna try and shut down a single health pack from somebody? At least where I'm at, I don't know how often. I mean, I could. The situation I'm thinking of is on Coliseo. That health pack there that's on both ends of the, right outside the Coliseum, and it's like behind the wall at the very end of both sides. That's the only health pack I really think of. Maybe some on some of the push maps and payloads. I guess it makes sense. I still don't think it's going to make that big of a difference. I guess if you're choosing this perk anyway, it would make that big of a difference, but for me, I don't think. It doesn't fit my personal play style, which is okay, because they said that they don't want you to feel like you have to choose, but this is an option I could choose if I wanted to. I guess, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes any sense. Drift thrusters and concussive implosion have been too consistent at securing kills. These adjustments will give better opportunities for counterplay when fighting against these perks. Movement speed while using barrage reduced by 20%, and distance pulled reduced by 50%. Oof. Some big changes. That is some big changes for Pharah. I don't know how far she actually will move with this now. I gotta test it out. Let me make a note of that. I want to see in game how far she moves. I want to see how far. You have a notepad? Yes, I have a notepad. I know, it's crazy. Reaper. We were slightly aligning the recovery time of dire triggers with the Reaper's primary fire to improve the flow of when alternating between the two. So that's his, this is the one that shoots a long range shot. Recovery time from 0.7 to 0.5. They're just bringing it in line with his primary fire. Makes sense. I don't think that's going to be too big of a change for him. I still don't think that this ability is not as crazy to me. I don't think it's all that great, to be honest. I feel like it should do a little bit more damage, just a little bit, not a lot. Soldier 76 developer comments: Stimpak's mapping button made it difficult to activate, especially in combat. Binding it to the weapon swap improves the control scheme, and removing the anti-heal makes it less punishing to use. Stimpak major perk, anti-heal is removed. Ooh. And now deals 75 self-damage on use. Interesting. It's now activated by using weapon swap. Interesting. I don't play a lot of Soldier. I don't think he's very fun to me to play, and I hate his playstyle. What a weird message. So we ordered DoorDash, right? The message from the Dasher: good afternoon. Thank you so much for the opportunity to pick up your pies today. I've received your food. Sorry, I was having some connectivity issues. GPS says approximately 7 minutes. I hope your day is beautiful. That's crazy. What on earth? Sombra. Invisibility is a fresh... Wait, hold on. Sombra's on here. I didn't even realize that. I got so distracted by that message. Sombra's on here. Breathe. All my homies hate Sombra. Let's read what it says. Invisibility is a frustrating mechanic to play against for many, so we're increasing the window for counterplay. Sombra will now take longer to exit stealth and disappear after taking damage. Fade in time increased from 0.15 to 0.3 seconds. Stealth reveal duration on taking damage increased from 1 to 1.3 seconds. So if you deal damage to her, she's out of invis for longer. And she takes longer to fade into her invisibility. So when she throws her translocator, instead of going like almost instantly into it, it's now double the time to take to get into that invisibility. Widowmaker. That's actually huge, and I like that a lot. I don't like Sombra. It's not the invisibility that's the problem for me, it's the hacking. Widowmaker is a more map-dependent hero than most. With hero bans restricting her usefulness, we're looking to make her viable in more situations. Maximum spread reduced from 3 to 2, and damage increased from 13 to 14. Venomine's bonus damage increased from 50% to 100%. Nice! That's awesome. That's actually sick. I like that a lot. So Sojourn, which is kind of strange considering she's one of the top DPS in the game and has been for a long time. And no Orisa. Orisa hasn't been like that crazy. I just wanted to see her put into the ground. Supports that I want to see dealt with. I want to see a boop buff. And I want to see Bap maybe get a little bit of a damage nerf. Iliari often has to move into high-risk positions to heal effectively. Extending the range on her healing beam will give her more flexibility in how she positions and supports her team from 15 to 20 meters. I'm okay with that change. She does have to get in close to heal effectively outside of her pylon, so that's a good change. Oh, okay, the changing Life Weaver again. Oh, there's actually, that's all the supports, by the way. It's these two. The opportunity cost to use Thorn Volley is still too high compared to constantly charging Healing Blossom. We are improving the auto charge to make weaving damage between healing less punishing. Auto charge rate increased by 25%. Not bad. That's actually kind of a cool change. In Super Bloom major perk, the number of hits the trigger reduced from 25 to 16. Interesting. Alright. That's the patch notes for the base game. So if you're here for there you go. That's the patch notes for base game. Nothing too crazy, really. I think the craziest one, the one that hurts the most for me is this one, but that's okay. And the weirdest one to me is Genji, I think. I don't know why they changed this about Genji. I don't know. To me, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I think Pharah got hit the hardest, though. I think this is a pretty big blow to her. In Sombra, you need to do more. Take her behind the barn. Pull the trigger. It's not enough. So now we're going to take a look at stadium updates. So the Mercy rule has been changed. Now triggers when cash disparity is between the teams is at 10,000 or more. So, oh gosh, that's kind of crazy. So the last patch, they had a minor patch on the 10th. They had a minor patch that changed the bounties from 2,000 to 3,000. They can cap at 3,000. Now the disparity, if it's 10,000 or more, it's over. The game's just over. We feel that not enough games that reach 3-0 are triggering the Mercy rule when they probably should. We'll be keeping a close eye on this and we'll be considering other changes to the Mercy rule system in the future. I wonder if they'll take into account things like elimination or damage or cash generated or something like that. Round completion cash. We've added a system where players are granted an additional boost to the round completion cash in rounds that end with players on both teams having lower than intended amounts of cash. This additional cash will be equivalent for every player. Nice! More money, let's go. Reinhardt. To compensate for the buff of Reinhardt's Fire Strike and core Overwatch, we're decreasing the burst potential of Reinhardt's Fire Strike build, normalizing the max projectile speed Fire Strike can reach. We're also tuning down Reinhardt's melee build to be a bit more counterable, which is performing too consistently given the high payoff. It's fine. Just kind of. I just want to see Reinhardt Fire Strike build flourish. That's all I want. Smashing, reducing the move speed per stack to 1%, down from 2. Reduce lifesteal per stack from 3% down to 5. Or from 5% down to 3. Increase maximum stacks to 10 from 5. And reduce duration to 2 down from 3. So big change to smashing. More stacks, which means you have to hit 10 times to get the full 10% rather than 5 times to get the full 10%. And you can get, so 5 would have given you the full 10. So 5 times 5, you would have gotten 25. Now you can get 30% lifesteal. And it's now 2 seconds from 3 seconds. So you can get more lifesteal and you can get the same amount of movement speed. You just have to hit 10 hammer hits. To me, my friends, power. Healing and based max life up to 4%. So 1% buff to the healing based on max life. Decrease healing damage mitigated to 5% down from 15%. Interesting. Decrease fire strikes projectile speed from 25% from 50 and ability power to 10% from 20. That's such a sad change. I'm so sad. And Chimera's Maw. Decrease ability power to 5% from 10%. So you can now... I'm gonna cry. Sad. It's so sad. It's okay though. I miss my Fire Strike build already. Adding to Stadium Hero roster. FREJA. So she's got a new power. When you use Updraft, take fire to take aim bolt at your crosshair. So when you use Updraft, it fires a exploding bolt at where you're looking. Interesting. Seeker Point. When take aim bolt sticks to an enemy, automatically fire 3 additional crossbow shots at them that deal 66% reduced damage. That's crazy. Seismic Shot. New stadium power. Take aim explosion radius increased by 33%. Double this if the bolt is stuck to a target. Oh my gosh. That's the one I'm taking. Thread the Needle. New take aim bolts pierce enemies. That's crazy. Explosions deal 66 reduced damage. So if you get these two together, they'll do less damage, but like, you'll be hitting the entire arena practically. Deep Pockets. When you use an ability, restore 50% of your max ammo. Cool. For Forager, for 2 seconds after using Quick Dash, Rev Draw crossbow hits heal you. Interesting. Peak Performance. While firing crossbow, your fall speed is decreased by 80%. Cool. So she can just stay in the air forever. Redux. Rev Draw crossbow hits against targets stuck by take aim bolt or bola shot, reducing the cooldown of your abilities by 5% and refund 1 ammo. Every 5th Rev Draw crossbow shot fires an additional 2 bolts in a spread that deal 50% reduced damage. Little Fatal. After using Updraft, your next take aim while airborne fires a bola shot that deals 60 reduced damage instead of an explosive bolt. So bola shot is her ultimate, by the way, just so you know. That's her ultimate. So it'll fire a small ultimate at them. Bola shot's damaging zone deals 50% more damage and lingers for 3 seconds. Bola shot's eliminations count towards bounty hunting. Interesting. Mighty Gust. Oh, so by the way, it's called So Cooked. Mighty Gust. Updraft launches a wind blast towards your enemy, towards your crosshair, knocking back enemies and dealing 40 ability damage. Cool. Actually, you can build an Updraft build. Interesting. Now we're getting to the items. Tracker Tag. 30% max ammo. When take aim bolts stick to an enemy, increase your attack speed by 20% for 3 seconds. Slipstream Scarf. Rare hero weapon item. 25 health, 5% weapon power, 25% quick dash distance. Nice. Portable zipline. Oh, wait. 15% weapon power. Eliminations reset both charges a quick dash cooldown. That's kind of crazy. So you could absolutely stay in the air forever if you get eliminations. Windwalker boots. 5% cooldown reduction. 20% updraft height. You could absolutely stay in the air forever with this. Magnetic Maelstrom. New epic hero item. 15% ability power. Bola shot pulls in nearby enemies when it misses. That's good. That should be the base game. Honestly. New rare hero survival item. 25 health. Enemies with a bounty of 75 or more are revealed to you within 40 meters. Eliminating them grants 250 additional stadium cash. Nice. New rare hero survival item. Well, that makes sense because she's a bounty hunter. Take aim. 100% take aim slowed momentum duration. What does that mean? Does that mean she slows down even more? Or what does that mean? I don't actually know what that means. They're gonna have to test it out in game. Tourniquet. Rare hero survival item. New rare hero survival item. 25 health after using updraft, reset quick dash, and gain 50 over health for 5 seconds. This is why I would choose it, but this is a bonus. That's crazy. Take aim, bolt, stick, and explosions slow enemies by 30%, but take 1 second longer to explode. Now we're on to Soldier. We're out of FREJA. We've looked at all of FREJA's new stuff. We'll take a look at her in game. We'll try and come up with a cool build, just like right off the gate. Let's just see what we can do. Soldier 76 Helix rocket build is one-shotting a little too consistently. We're decreasing the damage. Yes. Reduce increased explosion damage to 15% from 25%. Nice. And then the items. General item changes. Increased cost to 14,000 from 13,500. Decreased ability power to 35% from 40%. Sad. The closer. Epic. Oh my gosh. Increased to 14,500 from 13,000. Eye of the Spider from to 14,000 from, so they're making things more expensive. Nanocola increased to 6,000 from 5,500. Talon modification from 6,000 to 5,500. Increased cost to 10,000 from 9,500 to 55 from 5 for icy coolant. Dude, they're just making a multi-tool. Got cash and nerf reduction, so 4,500 from 5, but it decreased the cooldown reduction and increase the ability power. Yes. Decreased cost from 9,000 from 9,500. I don't know what a lot of these do, I'm not gonna lie. So if you know what they are, be sad because a lot of them are going up. So increased life after reviving up to 250 from 200. Electrolytes now give 100 over health every time you respawn instead of just at the start of the round. That's good. That's because this one's just useless. 100 over health at the start of the round, that's going to be gone in like 2 seconds. Dude, it's like increased cost, and then you'd be over for the rest of the round. You wouldn't have it anymore. But they increased the cost to 1,500 from 1,000. Increased health from 25 to 10, up from 10. And the cost went up. Then some bug fixes. Oh, fix an issue. Doomfist bug fix. Nice. One of 7,000. A lot of stadium bug fixes. Anyway, oh, here's the patch from a few days ago as well, by the way, 5 days ago. Zarya got her cash reduced. Cassidy got his cash reduced. Reaper got some bug fixes. And his Revolving Ruin got a nerf, or got a buff. Nerf from to attack speed, and then buffed his maximum stacks. Then Ana got a few changes. Increased her overhealth, decreased her heal, and the cooldown. And then increase some damage, and then you can read these if you really are interested in Ana. I don't know what a lot of these are or what they do. There's so many perks and items to take care of that unless you specifically, for me, I know Reinhardt's because I play a lot of Reinhardt in Stadium. So I know what Chimera's Maw is. This one, it would give you ability power and then make the fire strike radius increase by 50%. So the fact that the ability power went down is sad to me. Same with Rocket Strike. This one just made it go faster. Things like that. Alright, so now we're going to take a look at the Pharah changes. So they got a change to her... Can I not choose perks? I have to build up the perks. Okay. I don't have to build them up. So it's a movement change to her Barrage and the Implosion. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So before she could maybe move from like here to over here in one ult. Let's see when, or first of all, let's check out the range. Oh, they get pulled so less. They get pulled less than 5 meters now. So you gotta like really make sure that you're close if you want to use it. That's crazy. Alright, let's check out Barrage. That's a lot slower. You can feel it. You can feel that change. And then we'll take a look at the FREJA change. Oh, that feels so good. Wait a second. Throwing back-to-back fire strikes actually feels incredible. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so look, watch this. Get both my fire strikes back. Okay, he's kind of nuts. Let's check out Freya, her dash.
Always deliver. Never stood a chance.
It's noticeable. It's so noticeable. That extra half a second is so sad. Uh-oh. Oh, spaghetti. Oh, I saved myself. Yeah, that extra half a second is super noticeable. Let's take a look at Freya in Stadium now. And let's see if we can come up with a build that lets her stay in the air forever. Updraft. 20% updraft height, yes. I'm curious what this one means. Okay, let's just go for cooldown reduction now. Cooldown reduction. 10% cooldown reduction. 5% cooldown reduction. I have one perk left. 5% cooldown reduction. We'll go with the cooldown reduction. Okay. So let's see. You can absolutely stay in the air forever. Okay, so she kind of can become insane. So this one should fire a bola shot. But yeah, you can absolutely stall in the air forever if you just... I think you can get infinite height with this. You can get infinite height with this. You can get infinite height with Freya in Stadium. Put a roof on, okay. You can stay in the air forever with Freya in Stadium. Freya can fly indefinitely. As long as you don't shoot, you can fly indefinitely. You have to manage your cooldowns a little bit. You have to kind of like time it pretty well. But like, even if you use both though, like your cooldown reduction is enough to... You have like a second window where you don't hit the button and you don't fall. But yeah, you can just hit your updraft and you'll be free. You should come back. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. Even if you just like time your bullets right. You can just become a nuisance. And then, if you hit your bola shot, yeah, you can fly forever. Alright, anyways, if you guys like this video, you want to see the build, here's the build that I just came up with. It's real quick, like 2 seconds I looked at it. You know, you probably can optimize it a lot better. But it's actually kind of cheap. 38,000? That's not too much. That's pretty cheap for a build, to be honest. You can probably choose some better powers, like these ones you don't really need. But anyway, if you guys liked the video, hit that subscribe button. Send a like down below. If you want to see more builds, more awesomeness, more Overwatch, more gaming content, follow me down below. Hit that subscribe button. join the live, because we'll be live right after this video goes up. Goodbye.